A very warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen, or viewers of Kassa TV, wherever you're watching us from. This is Kassa TV, and I'm your host, Joe Bongera, for the program Let's Chat. Today, on set is none other than a very powerful woman by the name Honorable Susan Mangeni Auma. On the ground, they call her AKA Mkoko, which she will tell us what it means. Mheshimiwa, karibu to the show.
Asante sana Ongera.
How is Busia County?
Asante sana. Busia County iko sawa kabisa.
Yes.
We are continuing to yellow. We are yellowing. The nature has nature imekubali kabisa.
Yes.
We are yellowing. UDA nashika. We are becoming retonated every day and night.
Mheshimiwa, you are the coordinator for Busia County. For UDA.
Yes, for
when did you ditch?
Yes.
When did you ditch ANC?
When did I ditch what?
The former party that you used to vie.
I think the question should be why.
Okay,
as
answer the way.
When.
All right, why did you ditch ANC for UDA and not ODM?
Well, as I'm in UDA.
Yes.
Because UDA is a very focused party. UDA is a party with an agenda.
Yes.
And UDA, being a new formation, has given us space to contribute to its formation. And you and me know very well, when you are participating fully in forming up something,
yes,
you have the opportunity
to
make it be desirable.
Today,
so I think I'm in UDA because I find it has a space through which we can form it well, and make it desirable to the aspirations of majority of Kenyans. So it has that space. Secondly, UDA has a room for each and every Kenyan, has a room for each and every village, has a room for each and every person. And because of that, it makes each one of us feel belonging. And it's not a party that is based on, I don't know, fiefdoms or kingdoms like has been, or personal life. It's a party owned by the masses, and it's a party yenye iko mashinane. Na huko mashinane, it's a party that has got an agenda, and this agenda is not an agenda of a few individuals, but is agenda of the majority.
As we are
Mheshimiwa,
as we are discussing about the female leadership, we've had
yes,
female in power before, and you also eyeing to be a politician, which we can discuss at a later date. You're talking about a party that is owned or that represent the commoners, all people around the country, is it?
Yes.
Yourself, you've said that
yes,
people that you've been part on the parcel of the people are building UDA, is it?
Yes.
Don't you think you will not be fair when nominations of political parties will come? How sure are we that whoever you will compete with, if he or she wants to compete with you against in UDA, will it be a fair, free, and credible exercise?
And why not? Why not? Because it's not only me who is building it up.
Yes.
And it's not an effort, the effort of one person. It's a collective effort by all the key stakeholders.
Yes.
And the key stakeholders are aspirants. And I'm not the only aspirant who is helping in this formation. Neither am I the only voter who is helping in these formations. We have quite a number of stakeholders.
Allow me interject to give you a live example. One of the residents of Nairobi County, when we were discussing about the political parties, then they said that they fronted one individual on the gubernatorial race, and to be precise, Dr. Margaret Wanjiku. And then she said that the person said that there is nobody who is going to take the gubernatorial UDA ticket other than Margaret Wanjiku because she has done much. Do you subscribe to that?
No, I don't subscribe to that because we are a party who ascribe to democracy. And like I've said, all we are doing right now in trying to plant this party on the ground is that we are putting up a very neutral space. Like for me, being the coordinator, we had to begin from somewhere.
Yes.
And I think what we decided, we looked at the interest, and we used the interest-based approach to make meaningful penetration. Because at the end of the day, you must get people who have something to lose. You must get people who have a feel that we need to put up a house where all of us can be very comfortable. And we are not just putting up this house for 2022.
Yes.
For the first time in this country, we are working on putting a party on the ground that is capable to withstand many years to come, many political landscapes to come, and to be able to channel out the right leadership that this country has been looking for, a leadership that will be focused on the economic agenda of the people. Because as you know very well, majority of us Kenyans are very poor. Right now, things are very high. Like today, you can see a liter of petrol is now going for almost 136, 137. Like here, where I am in Busia, is about 137 shillings to 138 shillings.
Yes.
And you can imagine, we have never, since independence, we have never hit such highs in terms of cost. And the moment the cost of petrol goes high, it means this is going also to impact on the cost of the basic needs. Because as you know, transportation in this country means a lot. Fuel means a lot to us. So it means now sugar and these basic commodities are going to go, the prices are going to go up. And it's going up in a society where almost 70% are poor. They cannot even afford 1 shilling a day. 100 bob a day. So, or $1 a day, the way universally, it's universally referred to. So for me, what I want to say is that where did we get it wrong? Where did the rain start beating us?
And do you
is
think
it on
that,
our policies?
Dr. William Ruto can fix the economy of this nation?
It is not about William Ruto. It is about the government.
And probably is going
which
to be
will be led by government. A government is not an individual, and this is where now people get it wrong. We in UDA, we work as one family, as one fraternity, and we know very well that to lead this country, meaningful change in our society is not an entirely a responsibility of an individual. Dr. William Ruto is just first among equal, but what we know that we are putting up a system, not only a system by leaders, but a system also by the grassroots people, which is ready to take this country forward. Remember, here at the grassroots, where we are concentrating so much and focusing, we have people with very wonderful ideas. We have people with good tradition, good practice, good skills, people with resilience, people who have been doing something just to see a day turning over. And these are the people we are saying we are going to form this government with. We are forming this government with people and not with a few individuals. And therefore, I believe, given people's participation, yes, Ongera.
Yes.
And so I believe it's not something, and that's why we want to run away from personalizing leadership. And
we've lost her. Your net is fluctuating.
My net
is fluctuating, but we have not gotten you loud and clear. Proceed.
Can you
hear me now? Proceed.
So what I'm telling you is that let's run away from these tendencies of personalizing leadership. Let's look at leadership from an institutional perspective. and look at the various elements that forms a system. So I'm telling you, for the first time, we are reaching out to the masses, and we are recognizing the important role that the citizenry have in as far as development is concerned. We have put a platform where citizens will participate fully in determining the priorities, development priorities within the available or the existing resource map. Okay? We have put a system where our manifesto is being powered, is being informed and powered by the grassroots. It is not Dr. William Ruto coming up and telling Kenyans, oh, I'm going to do this. No. It is the people telling Dr. William Ruto that you as our president, you as our captain, these are the priority issues that we want.
Mheshimiwa, let me ask you a question. Are you getting me?
Yes, I'm getting you very well.
Yes, the way you're protecting the thesis of the Dr. William Samuel Arap Ruto is so amazing and interesting. But the same William Ruto we're discussing here has been the government for the last 9 years. What is it that hampered him or hindered him not to deliver to the promises probably they said with the Jubilee government? And he is on record that the President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, started complaining from day one that William should stop campaigning, early campaigns. Could it be that some of the things that hindered him not to deliver now that he wants presidency?
I think let us, when we are discussing matters leadership in this country, we need to be real. We need to be real, and we should stop acting as if we do not understand how the government is configured and how the leadership is configured. Yes, I agree with you that His Excellency Dr. William Samuel Ruto is the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. But also, let us behave as if we've been out of this country or out of this world since 2018. You know where the rain started beating the system, and this was in 2018 when some people, who were in NASA joined the government. And you know, when you are campaigning, like the way we are campaigning right now,
yes,
we have our platform, we are talking with people, and the people are telling us, and we are that enter into a contract with us on the basis of being able to deliver ABCD when you take over as the government. However, so we know the thinking.
Hello? Hello?
The dream, because you also come. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can get you.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm getting you.
Yeah, so what I'm saying.
Yes.
So what I'm telling you is that when you invite someone whom you never dreamt with, whom you never had any similar thought line with him, you invite that person into the table. He does not know where you began from and where you are planning to go, and you make that person now become part and parcel of your process, and at times putting him at the front, then obviously you're going to reconfigure things, to change the outlook of things. So the reason why I feel the Jubilee government is struggling to deliver some of the promises that it had put forward or agreed with in the run-up to 2017 election is because of the intruders. It's because of the intruders who have come in. They have their own political interests. They don't care whether this party is going to deliver or not. And remember, they were your competitors. The more you fail to deliver, the better for them. Actually, the intruders are happy.
Well
because
said.
They will come back.
A quick one before we go to a short commercial break, because the director is giving me some signals or warnings here. Let's discuss the UDA Party, because it has some funny colors like yellow. You say that yellow is the thing, and some scholars say that you need to think blue, go green, but that one you will explain why yellow. When I was going through the English Oxford Dictionary, yellow means bad omen. I don't know where he borrowed that one from. Now, Dr. William Ruto is a student of Moi, the late Moi, our former president. The former president was more of a, in quotes, dictator with that one party, can hire, fire, use at will. Why are you not reaching out to some other coalitions? That's one. Two, what is this bottom-up approach? You telling us unataka kupusikia stories za mama mboga, za mtu wa bodaboda, za mtu wa butchery, za mtu who. What did you want to hear about that person? Munasema mtu wa bodaboda na mafuta mumeongeza. Right now ni 137. What is that? What does that one mean? Bottom up. What is it?
First and foremost, let me tell you something about yellow.
Yes, kindly do.
Let me tell you something about yellow. Yellow means ripening. Readiness. Okay?
Right.
You don't tell me, for you to judge whether a mango is ripened, it has to turn yellow, right?
Yes.
True or not?
Very
true
true.
Or false?
It's very true.
Oranges, yellow oranges, they're all over. And I know how you deal with them so much. So yellow, to us, shows that the moment has arrived. We are ready. Kenyans are ready. The nature is ready. That all these aspirations that people have been having, all these expectations that people have been having for a new list of leadership that can focus on agenda, that at a time will come where this country, we are into a campaign period, but we are just discussing agenda, issue-based agenda. I mean, this is the time.
Yes.
It has yellowed. It has ripened. So I want to tell you that I never really thought about the color as much, but I can tell you, just looking at trying to localize it, what happens. A yellow flower means it is ripe. It is very bright, and it is. And you can see many of robust parties across the world. Some of them have yellow.
If I can take you to our neighbor, if I can take you, Mheshimiwa, slightly to our neighbor country here, Uganda, the Museveni, president of Uganda, is always on a yellow color, and is a kind of leadership we know it. What do you make out of that?
Are you a Ugandan?
I'm not. We should borrow leaves from other countries.
Okay. Have Ugandans complained to you?
We've been seeing they haven't, but we've been seeing how the president is been handling the opposition. Thank God Kenya is a peaceful nation with a lot of democracy.
Thank you. Okay, you chose Uganda, and I want to choose for you ANC South Africa.
South Africa, they have their own...
It is yellow.
Yes.
Yellow and green. Just like us.
Very true.
But look at the kind of political accountability, the level of political leadership accountability in South Africa. Isn't it something to admire?
Very true.
Look at our neighbor, immediate neighbor, Tanzania. CCM, green and yellow. Is it not admirable?
Well, satisfied.
Bottom up
economy,
Mheshimiwa. Why do you want just to choose on what you think there is negativity, and you don't want to choose where we have positivity? So we
reason being, and I don't want to be partisan. Our deputy president, Dr. William Ruto, he doesn't have good friends and any good friend in Tanzania. Neither does he have in South Africa, but he has in Uganda. Now go to our next question. The bottom up.
Majority of Kenyans, including myself, we have good friends in South Africa and in Tanzania. And I've told you, UDA is not just about Dr. William Ruto. It's about the people of Kenya. And some of us are Kenyans. So we share with the best.
All right.
So on the bottom-up approach,
yes,
Ongera,
yes,
on the bottom-up approach, and you need to take your time and listen to this. Number one, bottom-up approach is connotes a new paradigm shift. That for the first time, the power is getting back to the people. That we are taking power back to the grassroots to determine how they will be led, to determine their programs, and also to have power to hold their leadership to accountability. And this power is not just on the economy. Power to determine how the development priority programs, which kind of projects do they want in their area.
Yes.
And the power also to determine the kind of leaders that they want to put in place. You and me will agree with me that much as our constitution gives us power after 5 years to elect leadership.
Yes. Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, in less than, maybe make your point in less than 5 seconds so that we can go for a brief commercial break.
Okay, fine. I want to say bottom-up approach, first and foremost, it acts on a principle of acknowledging that there are potential there at the grassroots.
All right.
These potentials are in terms of ideas, traditions, culture, practices, resilience, the people, which can be the labor, and the natural resources that are found in our soil and in our land, which just requires some sort of facilitation or empowerment in terms of financing, in terms of a good or a conducive policy tax regime.
Yes.
In terms of technology, to be able to be converted to utility.
Right.
It appreciates that the people know their problems, but at the same time also they know their solutions. So it does not dictate to people foreign ideas. However, it goes there, identify the potentials among the people, and build on those potentials to turn around the economy. So that if you are a mama mboga or someone who has been selling sukuma wiki, yes, other than just getting a few sukuma wiki for 20 shillings, and once we realize that there is a market for sukuma wiki within that particular area, for example, we have a market for sukuma wiki in all schools, government institutions there, we come up with a policy regime that will facilitate you into accessing the market in those government institutions.
Well done. So
then you increase your output from selling 20 or 100 bob to maybe 10,000 shilling worth this sukuma wiki to those.
Wow, wonderful.
So we can give you access to finances,
yes,
and the market. So this bottom up, the most fundamental thing that you need to understand is that it's taking the power back to the people to in appreciation of the potentials that are already existing at the grassroots.
Well put, Mheshimiwa. I wish UDA can listen to this and probably bring you out of the village, brings you to Nairobi. You become the national secretary and explain this bottom-up thing. Because very many of the people who have been explaining, most of them goofs. They don't give the right information. So, viewers, that was Susan Mangeni, the UDA coordinator, Busia County. We want to go for a short commercial break. And when we come back, we'll discuss our political endeavors or journey and why UDA. Don't go far because we'll be back in a moment.
KTL groups of supermarkets spread all over the country with the recent opened around Roysam area in Zimmerman Merema Drive. KTL supermarkets items and commodities are pocket friendly and affordable to hoi polloi. Pay us a visit to ascertain by yourself what's on the shelves of electronics and that of designer suits, fashionable clothes that has an amazing offer. Simply, you can save big time when you shop with us at KDS Supermarket.
Yes, viewers, we are back again. This is Kassa TV and it's a program Let's Chat with me, Job Ongera. Today, earlier on, we were discussing with Mheshimiwa Susan Mangeni Auma, who is also a UDA coordinator in Busia County. He's been demystifying, putting it into perspective how it is in business UDA. And now when we have come back from the short commercial break, I want to engage her probably on our political journey since 2017 to date and what she is going to do better than the incumbent woman rep of Busia. If in any case she will go for that position, you may find she might go to senatorial race, she might go to gubernatorial race and become Her Excellency Madam Susan Mangeni. Mheshimiwa?
Yes.
Unanipata?
Nakupata poa.
Thank you very much. Now, can you tell us what is your next course of action in matters politics from Busia County?
First and foremost,
yes.
For me, my next course of action is to ensure that we build an ecosystem of political leaders who are visionary, who are true to the people's needs, and who are going to transform our county and our country to a large extent.
All right.
Because we know very well we don't live in isolation. And since we don't live in isolation, we have to depend on each other. We have our own various competitiveness as a county. One of it being, of course, the agriculture, which we have very fertile soils. We have good climate. God has been good to us. Two, the geo-positioning of our county. As you know, Ongera, we are the gateway to East and Central Africa, but do we say? And therefore, we have opportunity for transit trade. We have opportunity for manufacturing sector and service sector. We actually have an opportunity of becoming an international economic hub and even doing much better than the Dubai of Middle East. We are actually the Dubai of East and Central Africa. We also have a lake, which you are proud of. And you can see all these are natural resources. And above everything else, we have a robust human capital. Our people have fairly gone to school. Our people are very skillful. Our people are determined. They're very much energetic. So we are saying if we were to harness all those potentials, all those competitiveness, then we can be able to be more productive and be of help to the whole country. So I want to say that we are looking into that. So for me, I want to put up an ecosystem of leaders at all levels of leadership, beginning from the MCS up to probably MCS, Member of Parliament, senatorial, gubernatorial, up to the presidential level, to ensure that for the first time we don't again squander the next coming 5 years as a country and as a society, that at least we can start seeing development. Tuanze kusema na kutenda. We can't keep on being poor. We were never born to be poor. Okay? So for myself, Job Ongera, in the spirit of bottom up, I'm now talking to my people. I've started going around telling my people what I am made of, what I can do, and what I think are the opportunities. And I'm waiting for my people to tell me which seats to go for. Of course, in 2017, I vied for women rep, woman representative seat, which I think I did extremely well, given that it was my first time vying for elective position.
Yeah, you are on record.
IBC gave me number 2. And I don't like repeating a class. I've never repeated. But I don't know. The people will tell me that the teachers, whether I should repeat or not. But if they feel that I can do better in other levels, I will do. Because, when you have an urge to serve, you don't need to postpone it. And now we are more confident with the yellow, with the ripening of our nature through the UDA Party, where we feel no human is limited, where we feel that it is time for the people to come up, that the hustlers can make it. And I'm a hustler here in Busia, a hustler 001 in Busia. I believe only sky is the limit. And the sky probably is not the limit,
This context of hustler thing was brought or was blown out of context. People who call themselves hustlers are not indeed hustlers. Some time back, I listened to one member of parliament called Rigathi Gachagua explaining that hustling is not about cash, but is about hustling to achieve something. People who are already well off, like yourself, the deputy president, and the people of your league, still we can convince Mama Mboga that you are hustlers. You aren't. Now, too, can you tell us why the deputy president, Dr. William Ruto, is meeting people in his official residence in Nairobi current, and more so a time of pandemic, COVID-19 like this one, instead of empowering you, if it means giving something small to fellow hustlers, you meet people in Busia, you get the manifesto, and then you take it to your secretariat so that you can combine it together. I'm meant to understand that he started meeting each constituency and they will meet the whole country like 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago. What do you talk of that?
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Ongera.
Go ahead.
Who tells you that you are not meeting at the grassroots?
Then why should people go the way from Busia to Nairobi?
Who tells you in Busia that you are not having these hustler meetings? We are having hustler meetings. In fact, right now, immediately after this interview, I'm going there to the lake. I'm going to Budalangi for a hustler meeting. You see, a political, forming a government is not a child's play.
Yes.
There are various levels of engagement.
Right.
Here engaging at certain levels, we're also engaging at very different levels. But we're all working within the same we are all within the same process. And I can tell you for real that our manifesto, which is which is right now being built, because it's being developed right now.
Yes.
It's a manifesto that is coming from the people. Here in Busia, we had a stakeholders meeting on 21st of May this year. We brought together Mama Mbogas, we brought together people from the grassroots of various formations to come and help us scan out the economic opportunities within their various villages, within their various wards and constituencies, and also help us now knit down all the priorities that they need. So that one then has informed our economic blueprint as a county of Busia. So as we speak right now, Busia County, UDA, and under the UDA leadership, we have an economic blueprint. This is something that had never happened in this country, and this economic blueprint resonates with the people because these ideas came from the people. So at our level, the other day in Naivasha, we met with other counties from the western region, Kakamega, Vihiga, and Bungoma, and to try and consolidate our blueprint, flagging out key projects which can be bargained at regional level. Again, the various regions are going to sit together with other regions across this country, so to pull together and now draft a manifesto from all those blueprints. So I can tell you that process has been ongoing and is still ongoing. And right now we are again at the grassroots sensitizing people about a bottom-up approach. I'm sure this has never happened before. We are going up to the village level. We are going up to the polling centers to sensitize people, explaining to them what we mean by bottom-up approach, and also domesticating all those proposals economic development proposal which you are making.
Well said, Mheshimiwa. So, what do people mean when they call you Amkoko?
Omkoko means our sister.
Our sister?
Yes.
Just that way?
It just means our sister.
Why should they call you their sister, and there are a lot of sisters in Busia County? People were running the same positions. Why did they adopt you to be called Amkoko?
I'm a sister to them because you see, in a family, and you know it very well, Job Ongera.
Yes.
That today, if something was to happen to you, you know your sister will never leave you.
Yes.
Your sister will always think about you. Your sister will always be concerned about your children, about your affairs. Your sister cares about you more than even your brother. Your brother might compete with you, but not your sister.
All right.
I mean, your sister haezi kula na wewe unalala njaa. You know, anasema aki my brother, you know, feels for you. So it's just that attachment that I feel for our people. Some their sister, everything. A sister will give even cows to go and get married somewhere. Your sister knows you can confide in your sister. You may not confide in your brother, but your sister you can.
All right.
So while they call me Omkoko, because I'm their sister and I wish well for them, and I just want my brothers, my sisters, my people just to progress.
Okay, well said. We can hear you. Now the last question. The last question, Mheshimiwa, before we let you go.
No, for me, I don't want to ask any question.
No, it's just the last question, and it's not about yourself. It's about now national politics.
I just want to say this.
Yes.
That there is no doubt. That we are forming the next government.
Who are you forming the last government with? That's the question I want to ask you. We have seen other weeks meeting with other political parties, moving from one region to the other, meeting with leaders to discuss the next government. But your boss is only meeting the mammoth crowds.
The mammoth crowd are the people. Are the people who makes us get into leadership to serve them. The masses are the most important people. And even us as UDA, our most critical organ of the party is the polling center executive committee, where the people are. We are meeting people and we are discussing with people, engaging with them quite often than engaging with leaders, because it is the people that you're supposed to serve. So we need to start understanding their problems, understanding their, aspiration, and making them become part and parcel of our process. And we'll continue meeting people because we are not there to meet fiefdoms. This country has been built on fiefdoms, on tribal kings, and you can see the level of poverty which we have. So if you have an opportunity to go directly to the people, why do you need middlemen? Why do you need brokers? Even you know very well today, if you had an opportunity to go to the shamba and buy directly from the farmers, will you go and buy from a middle person? No. You will go get it fresh from the people.
All right.
So for us, I think those people who are going around meeting people in hotels, meeting the middlemen and stuff, the tribal king, is because they don't have grassroots networks. As we have grassroots networks, and we are forming a coalition with the people themselves. And not the fiefdoms and the chiefs.
No, we are running short of time, Mheshimiwa. Can I give you less than 1 minute? You give your parting shots.
My parting shot is I'm happy at the progress which UDA Party is making across the country.
Yes.
Right now, UDA Party has started. We are having emerging strongholds for Dr. William Samoei Ruto and the UDA Party. For example, Western is turning yellow.
Yes.
At a speed that we never even imagined. We are having other areas like Northeastern. We are having other areas like where you come from in the Lower Nyanza regions. So what we want to tell our friends from other parts of the country is that Dr. William Samoei Ruto as a presidential candidate is sellable in each and every village. And therefore, he should not be held to ransom by some unrealistic demands like what we are hearing from wherever. We in Western Kenya, and especially the Luhya bloc, we know very well that we'll deliver to him historical victory than what Ruto as a ticket ever got. So because of that, nobody should threaten him, nobody should blackmail him. If he doesn't get in any other part of the country, we in Western region, we are fully retonated and we shall deliver. And you know very well we are the second richest voting bloc, and we are all going to rally behind him. Wow. Na atakuwa president whether he's given vikwazo or not. He is the fifth president.
Nobody is giving him vikwazo. Thank you very much, Honorable Susan Mangeni, for joining us in this discussion. Thank you for your time, and we wish you all the best on your political endeavors, and we wish you well that you paint Busia yellow, as you have said, because I can see you have the energy and the vigor. I wish across the board people like you could have been brought on board. But nonetheless, thank you very much, Mheshimiwa. That was Mheshimiwa Susan Mangeni Auma, the coordinator of UDA Busia County, who joined us to put it into perspective on female leadership and the aftermath of UDA Camp 2022. And you've heard it from the horse's mouth. I was your host for Let's Chat. My name is Joe Bongera. Till some other time, thank you and goodbye.